Doom. It also promised there will be ice where once there was. I know. And I won't.
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he
Will gave up his father to have freedom, especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times a seedling must stray.
Gods, I spent 7 years and never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's...
A moment passes.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds. And the city. From the brain.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. Hope. The very hook from which these devils try to hang us. I have no answers. For you or for Will. But if Mizora means to linger with us, I mean to find out if devils do indeed sleep. And just how heavily. Ask it.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him.
I haven't even dared to use the more benign forms of illicit power. You know what that offer truly entails, don't you? Become half a Mind Flayer, lose half of yourself. I don't want that.
Let's talk.
canon says I have to what? I'm sorry, I didn't know we had God's damned royals staying with us. Can't this wait till morning? Oh, fine. Right, you. Food? Supplies? What do you want? Enjoy your night.
Oh, Snug, are you in? I was on my phone. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Are you here? I'm sorry, dude. I was on Twitter. I was looking at the Pokemon leaks. So, I downloaded some mods. Olveria's got some new hair. It's a bit much, but I thought it was pretty, so I got it. Gale also got some new hair. He has a man bun now. He got a man bun. Most of the other mods I downloaded. I downloaded a dice mod, so you'll see that when that comes up, I guess. I also downloaded, you won't be able to tell anything's wrong. There's this lady. She ate a really fucked up worm, and part of a fucked up worm is it's supposed to mess with your appearance, but I downloaded a mod where it's like doesn't mess with your appearance. Yeah. Anyways, so part of the reason I wanted to stream is I've been procrastinating, and so I needed to stream because I need someone to hold me accountable. So I have to make a really important decision in Gale's romance. And I've actually been putting it off for about 2 real-life weeks because it's been stressing me out. I'll get to it. I'll get to Gandalf. We're gonna get to Gandalf. So I'm in Act 3, which is the final act, but I'm kind of at the start of it. And, I progressed Gale's storyline the first because his is one of the easier ones to progress because it's like a heist mission. And it's mostly cutscenes, whereas like other ones like Astarion is like a boss fight, so his is a lot harder. Gale doesn't have a boss fight. His is like cutscenes and like a heist mission. So if you're sneaky or you've played the game before, you can kind of do it pretty early on. So I just did it kind of early on. But that means I have to make this choice or I can't play the rest of the game because I can't skip the dialogue. But basically, Gale figured out a way where he can become a god. And he's a really ambitious guy, and also he's still kind of really fucking mad at his ex for grooming him and then dumping him, and so he kind of wants to become a god and fight her. And so I have 2 options, which is I can support him or I can tell him to knock it off and go get therapy. Yeah. And here's the thing, I've already done the knock it off, go get therapy route with him. But objectively, that's his best route, where you get his best ending. So if I don't do that route, that means I'm like knowingly giving him trauma. And so it's like that meme where it's like, oh, that's gore of my comfort characters, but it's like I'm the one putting him in the shredder knowingly. Yes, his ex, yeah. His ex is the goddess of magic. His ex is probably like top 10 gods of this universe. And she's really fucked up. Gale's backstory, so yeah, dude, Gale, all the companions' backstories are really fucked up. But Gale's is like one where, why are you walking around? Get out of my house, I hate you. Sorry, she just got here, I don't like her. I can't kick her out, though. If you try to kill her, she just leaves. But she comes back, like, instantly. Gale's whole backstory thing is he was like a really, really promising young wizard. Like, he started showing magic potential at like 8 years old, which is like really rare for wizards, because like the way magic works in D&D is wizards is like learned magic. Like, anybody anywhere can become a wizard. It's just like sitting down and learning calculus, you know? Like, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of, like, time and resources and how smart you are, really. Whereas sorcerers are people who were born with magic in their veins. Usually it's because their like, grandpa was a dragon or some shit like that. I'm not joking, that's one of the subclasses. You can be like, my great-great-grandpa was a dragon, and I am a draconic sorcerer, and I have scales. and I get wings later on when I level up. Like, that's a whole thing. But Gale was like so for Gale to be that good at magic as a wizard at 8 years old. Stop walking in front of me, I'm gonna punch you. At 8 is like really impressive, because pretty much the only people that show magic potential that young are sorcerers. And then Gandalf over here is one of the most like famous wizards in the realm. His name's Elminster. He has a bunch of books written about him. He's basically half Gandalf, half one of the like writer's self-inserts sort of thing. Yeah, Gale is super, super good at magic. Mistra sent this guy to go find Gale and was like, at 8, and was like, go tutor him for a while. And then Mistra herself, the goddess of magic herself, took over the tutoring. And then eventually they started dating and became lovers. And Gale's like in his 40s, and they just broke up a year ago. So she's known this guy since he was 8 years old, and they just broke up in his 40s. Like, late 30s, early 40s, for how fucked up he would be. Yeah. And also, because he's a wizard, he can't stop worshipping her, because if he stops worshipping her, she'll just take his magic away. And like I think I've mentioned this before, but Gale has like this really interesting like dichotomy in his story where he's like both incredibly self-conscious and incredibly prideful of his magical ability, because it's like kind of what everyone has always known him for. So he's like, yeah, I know I'm good at magic, but he also thinks it's the only thing he's good at and the only thing anyone would ever want him for. And so a big part of his romance is like basically therapy, and it's like, no, you're worth so much more than that, baby. Okay, I gotta go talk to Grandpa. Anyways, for context, the last time we saw Grandpa, this guy came up. And keep in mind, this guy is a mentor to Gale. He's basically, Gale's dad is not in the picture, so this guy is probably like a surrogate father to Gale. And he came up to Gale and he was like, Gale, I have a message from your ex-girlfriend, who I also worship as my god, and who is also technically my ex-girlfriend, because the lore in this series is really weird. But I have a message from her. She tells you she wants you to kill yourself. via the suicide bomb. And Gale's like, oh fuck, I gotta kill myself by a suicide bomb. And you have to like talk him down. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, so I don't like Elminster, and I don't think Elvira would either. But he just showed up again. He's kind of a dick.
Elminster? Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a run full of bull durian. There's a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of quaffing. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover?
By the way, I hope you like Elvira's camp outfit. I went for cotton tee corset for her pajamas because I thought it was funny. I was just like looking at the pajamas I offered, and they had this, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to be booby out. But it was really funny because I put this on, and then that night the camp got raided, so it was like tits out, and then I was getting stabbed. You don't seem all that surprised to see Gale alive and well.
I trusted he would be sensible enough to exercise caution in this matter and to seek the truth. By now, you are aware of the evil we are up against. Cassus' pestilent crown, the very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade an empire and magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mystra asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
So you're gonna hear the word Crown of Karsus thrown around a lot. Basically, Karsus was this guy who was like, fuck Mystra, I can do so much better at magic than her, I'm gonna replace her as a god. And so he built a crown to do that, and then he kind of exploded an entire continent. But we kind of found the crown. We don't have it yet, but we know where it's at, and that's why Gale's like, if I had the crown, I wouldn't explode the continent. I would be God, and I would be better, and I would be better than Mystra, and I would be so nice to all the people, and this totally isn't for selfish reasons, and I would be so much better than all the gods ever, and I am immune to corruption, you have to believe me. A big theme of Baldur's Gate is cycles of abuse. And so you can make people better, or you can push them back into their cycles of abuse. I will say, for Gale, his cycle isn't as directly harmful as others. Usually, I say that, there's like 8 different ways for him to kill himself in the main story. Like, Carla, like, there's some characters that have like 4 endings. Gale has like 8 endings, and I'm pretty sure over half of them are just different ways he can kill himself. He's very interesting as a character because he is both has self-esteem issues, but is also extremely prideful. And you don't think those things would go along well, but they do. He's written extremely well. I really like him. Everyone's like, oh, Astarion, you gotta go see Astarion. Astarion's... Don't get me wrong, Astarion's fucking hilarious. He's like my evil bestie. But I can't take him seriously, because he's always trying to get in your pants. For evil reasons. Meanwhile, Gale's just like, hi, I'm Gale of Waterdeep. My hobbies include reading and drinking wine and occasionally writing poetry. That's like a real line from him. I cannot take Astarion seriously, because I'm not kidding. The first act of the game, Astarion is trying so hard to seduce you and every other single person in the party. Like, with all the banter you can hear. It's really cringy to me. I know some people are into it, but it's cringy to me, and I think it's supposed to be cringy, but it's just, like, hard to listen to. And I really like him in Act 3 when he stops doing that. Like, when he stops trying to seduce you, he's, like, way better. Dude, there's a race called Githyanki, and they're very literal. And there's this scene with Astarion where he'll be holding up a mirror. And you already know he's a vampire, so I'm not spoiling anything. And he can't see his reflection, and so he tries to, like, seduce you by being like, will you be my reflection, darling? And, like, the Githyanki have a racial specific line where they'll be like, pale moon elf, approximately 5'11" with white hair, red eyes. like you're just hyper literal, and he's just like, oh, fuck you. Mistress done Gale enough harm. We don't owe her anything.
True, not even close.
I make Grandpa angry.
Ways may seem cold, high-handed, tyrannical even. But she is a goddess. Her ways are not for mortal reckoning. Though some mortals come close to understanding. Very close indeed. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion.
Astarion, stop doing knife tricks in the background. I can hear it. I can hear it, and it's distracting me.
Yours is the quill that will write it.
Oh, what the fuck?
I couldn't help overhearing.
Yeah. He was like whispering in your ear.
Not every day a god asks for a chat. Hey, maybe I'm invited too. I can be the muscle.
I really wish the body types in Baldur's Gate were more diverse, because there's only 4 body types, main body types, unless you're playing a short race, like a gnome or a dwarf, in which case, I think they're only separated by gender, because then it's just like the one, for females, it's like the one I have, and then the one for Karlach, and then it's like the one Gale has, and then the one Halsin has, where it's like beefy. Like there's no in between, because I think Olvera, I don't think she would be as big as Karlach. I think she would be like the height she is now, but I think she would have muscles. You know what I mean? Anyways, I want to go see what everyone says.
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. Unusually polite for a god. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
The mother of all magic, they say. Let us hope Mystra brings Gale good fortunes.
God, I want to punt you into the sun. Stop. Stop. Why are you in my house?
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. I beg from now on. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life. Why? I tell you what. When I'm afraid that's not an option. I'm quite stubborn, you see. Take a swing or a stab if you want, but I'll just slip away for a breather. One of the perks of being a half-devil, of course.
She didn't used to walk around. She used to just kind of stick in the corner. Anyways.
Poor Gale. But Mystra is wrong about him. Perhaps he can yet prove that.
That pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains, and dragged himself back from death a dozen times. If he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no.
I love Jaheira. This is my second favorite character in the game. This is Jaheira. She is the sassy grandmother, and if I could romance her, I would, but they cut that from development because they hate me specifically and don't want me to have fun.
Poor Gale. I hope he knows that a goddess abandoning him needn't be the end. I know from experience.
Okay, so you can romance her. So in Baldur's Gate 1, she has a husband. In Baldur's Gate 2, her husband dies and you can romance her. In Baldur's Gate 3, she had a romance planned, but it was scrapped late into development.
We cannot allow Gale to go through with Elminster's ludicrous plan. Destroying the Absolute before we fully understand it would be madness.
Mystra wants to meet Gale. Impressive. The only thing a god's ever offered me is a cold shoulder.
I think that's everyone in camp. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so unfortunately, as much as it hurts my heart, because I would like to imagine them having a happy life together in Waterdeep, I think I'm going to make Gale worse. Or at the very least, I'm going to try. I'm going to pick the options I think are the most in character, I think, and then we'll see what happens. So I guess it will be a surprise. But I'm going to try and make him worse, but lean towards what is most in character, I think.
I don't think I deserve you at times. I told you of my ambitions, the likes of which many would balk at. And yet you remain at my side.
I'll stand by you, but some further explanation of what you intend wouldn't go amiss.
Words alone are not enough. Permit me to show you. Please, close your eyes a moment.
I went... You should see Gale's inventory, because I'm not kidding. I started Astarion's quest line, Not because I intend to finish it anytime soon, but because his quest line is the best place to go steal fancy clothes in the whole game. So I started his quest line just to go get nice clothes for Gale for this cutscene. And then so Gale has like 15 different outfits in his inventory because I was trying on different outfits for him.
Astra navigamus. Few mortals ever glimpse what you're about to see. But don't be alarmed. I'm here with you. Now, open your eyes. The Outer Planes. This is where gods dwell. They observe us from afar, where they make playthings of us. They will keep all of this from us. The power, the possibilities. They only want us to serve them, to pray to them, and ultimately to die for them. But what if we didn't need them? What if we wielded their power instead and helped ourselves in all the ways they refused to? I could make that happen. I could make this illusion a reality, with you by my side.
I want you to know that this conversation is even more funny because she's a cleric, and clerics have magic, but they don't train it and they're not born with it. Rather, they get their magic through faith, like they're a conduit through their god's magic. So she's like, so that's like, for him to be like, we don't need gods to a cleric is just really funny to me.
Then have me, but have the best possible version of me. The tadpoles, the orb, these threats to our existence. The gods could aid us if they wished, but instead they cower behind Io. So let us act ourselves. With the power of the crown, any foe would be rendered impotent. Any obstacle would be dwarfed by our might. I used to believe Mistress Forgiveness was worth dying for. But I was wrong. You showed me just how much I have to live for. With you, I forget my goddess. I love you. Tell me you feel the same way. Tell me you want what I want. Please.
Pan the camera back to his face. I'm not done looking at his big brown eyes. Hold on, I actually saved a meme of this. I'm posting it in my channel. Hold on. Shout out to that one person that joined, heard me say, let me see Gale's big brown eyes, and then immediately left the stream. Shout out to that stranger. They couldn't handle me. Oh gosh. Okay, because here's the thing about Elvira, right? She 110% believes that there are good gods and then there are bad gods. So she would be a bit wary about just ascending in general, I guess. So I do think this could be in character. Because she could be like, just because you're a god doesn't mean you'd necessarily be a good one. There's plenty of evil ones. Points at the evil god I killed and slaughtered under for like 150-ish years of my life. You know?
It won't. I swear to you. It's merely a tool, a means to an end. You told me once to choose you, the one who loved me. That's what this is all about. Do you doubt me?
Stop looking at me with those eyes, Gale. I can't say no to those eyes. Also, this is a detail about Gale that I really, really love, and I don't know if you've noticed. So he has this, orb in his chest, and if you notice the, like, orb, like, trails up his neck a little bit, and it, like, goes into his veins, and you can kind of see it, like, go, like, on the corner of his eye. The, like, veins out there, like, trail out from it, and they, like, finish the line connecting. And it gives him a little bit of, like, a sickly look. Anyways, I really like that detail about Gale. Next time, it goes to his face. Look at his eyes, and you'll notice one of his eyes has veins that are, like, really noticeable, like, going down. And then you might notice, I actually, I don't know if you can see it on the shirt he's wearing. I might have to take his shirt off to show you.
You mean, you want the same as I do?
See? See, you can kind of see it like tracing up his neck near his earring, and then you can see the veins. Yeah. Gale approves.
You put the stars to shame. Let's sit here another while. I want to drink you in.
I sat here for too long and the music stopped playing because I think the track wasn't set to repeat. That's what I get for yapping.
My time is yours. What do you need? I've often asked myself the same question. Never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. Take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently.
Okay, let me take his shirt off to show you.
A long way from Waterdeep.
Yeah, see, look at all the clothes in his inventory, because I was trying different clothes on for him. You can... Where? Excuse me. Gotta get this fucking... Where's his shield? Ah, I didn't mean to do that. You can see he has this orb tattoo on his chest and goes all the way up his neck and into his eye. And also you can see his hair a bit better. That was a mod I downloaded. I've been downloading cosmetic mods mostly. Oh, whoops.
Anything I can do for you, consider it most enthusiastically done. There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
How are you feeling?
More excited than I've been in months. I can't tell you how curious I am to learn more about the crown controlling that elder brain. Believe me when I say how important this could be for me, for both of us. Potentially life-saving, so long as we can learn how it could be taken and used. No matter. After all, a bond like ours hardly needs words to express it. What else is troubling you?
Do you regret not using the orb when you have the chance?
I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing. Whatever you need, you only have to up. There's nothing that would give me...
Well, because you said that, now I have to. He just has the... I want that Gale plushie that they're releasing because I want to go drown it in the pool outside.
No matter.
Hey, do you want to see something fucked up?
Whatever you need, you only have... Excellent idea. I'll be there.
Hey, that's not what I wanted to do, game, actually. It glitched out for me. It's okay. That's why I quick saved. Because I love to save scum. Oh, dude, she'll just, like, dance in the background sometimes. It's really funny. Especially if, like, you come out of a really emotional cutscene and you'll just see her, like, breaking it down.
Anything I can do for you, consider it most enthusiastically done. There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure. Oh. I see. That's disappointing. You've actually caught me at an inopportune time. Blasted dust in my eye. Excuse me. You need something of me?
Yeah. It's okay, I'm loading, it's loading, it's not canon. But yeah, he just walks off to go cry. It never happened. But people are like, okay, people mischaracterize Gale a lot because there was a glitch when the game first dropped where Gale would think you were in a relationship when you didn't agree to be in one with him. So people thought he was like incelly, but he's not. He's actually super huge on consent. And one of my favorite things about that is actually if you break up with him, he's one of the few characters that doesn't like get aggressive with you or question you on it. He's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go cry now. But like he doesn't try to make a big deal out of it. He's just like, there's dust in my eye, I'm gonna go, bye. You know? Anyways, here is my dog, this is Scratch. Here is my cat, this is us. And here is my thing, Shovel. Probably, honestly. Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah, this is my this is my cat.
Friend, we are here for you.
You may draw the wrong sort of attention if people see a brain by my side.
We will not cause you any trouble, friend. We will project a different form that will cloak us from all but your closest acquaintances. You and your friends shall see us as we truly are. All others shall see a kitty, a small predator, indigenous to this world. They kitties can walk anywhere, and they are most cunning.
Yeah, so that's my cat. That's my little fucked up cat. And here's my owl bear.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Ooh, more.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Oh, hi. Hello, sister. I didn't. Is your sister still here? Or did they like type oi and then leave? I don't know any Portuguese, I'm sorry. Okay. Gonna go to bed and let's hope that nothing bad happens tonight. Because something bad seems to happen to my camp every single night. So okay, nothing happened. Journal updated. Gather your allies.
Ally mine, we are reunited once more.
I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin.
These two are some of my favorite characters. Although her wings take up the like whole of the screen, you know? And it glitches half the time. But I like her. She's very funny. She's even prettier without the helmet on.
Now, my friend, bask in your victory. I will do the same. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
We wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
Bye. What do you have to say, Pookie?
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
How could she possibly know we read a book? Hasn't she got more important things to worry about? Well, I guess that artifact could destroy her, so she probably... Guys, are you just walking around? I thought you were leaving. What are you doing? Oh. I guess there's a portal back there I don't know about. Okay. Are you sure you want to go to her? She might want to punish you.
I think Elminster's last message was the one carrying the punishment. Having respectfully declined it, I think she's willing to negotiate. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you.
Oh, you have more to say?
I hope the city doesn't seem too small and quaint to you. Now you've caught a glimpse of what lies above and beyond. I had hoped to have a word with you about that, in fact. Our little voyage to the stars.
Oh. Do you understand why I'm a little obsessed over him? I love him so much. I want to throw him into the Grand Canyon.
What I proposed to you was something bolder than most mortals ever have to contend with. And yet, your resolve was firm. I wanted to see how you felt on Terra Prima. Did our dream survive the waking from it?
Yeah, I think Elvira is a pretty hard ride or die.
Then my sore arms thank you. I can finally stop pinching myself. Can't tell you how glad I am not to face such an undertaking alone. We will succeed where Carsus failed, I'm sure of it. Standing side by side, even against such intimidating odds. How could we not? Was there anything else you wish to discuss? There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
Yeah, has this changed yet?
Same way as you are, I hope.
Ooh.
Determined, focused, a tad impatient. With the crown, our fates will be in our own hands at last. So long as we don't let go of each other.
He's so sweet. Even when... Yeah, you can just kiss him whenever you want. And when you're going up to the final boss fight, you get a special kiss. Called, like a special animated kiss. Because you'll be like, we could die any moment now, can I have a final kiss? And Gale's is like, he like looks at you and he like studies your face for a second and then he like really suddenly like grabs the back of your head and like holds you really tightly. I don't know what the rest of them are, I'm not interested. Who am I bringing with me today? Who should I bring to the party? Okay. I want to bring Gale, obviously. And then I did start Astarian's quest, so I could finish his. And so, Karlach, probably? Because I'm a light cleric, so I should have enough light.
Soldier. Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join.
No, that's because of a potion I had. Here, let me show you. I don't have it on me equipped. See? If I try to talk to him now, I just get animal noises. I had a special potion I drank. Now, characters like Halsin or Jaheira are druids, so they get a spell that lets them talk to animals. Same with rangers. Rangers can also do that. I think Karlach also has the spell, but that's because she's a very special subclass where it's like she's a barbarian, but she's like a barbarian that it's called like a wild heart. So she's like a bear fury or like stallion's rampage, shit like that. So it's like kind of animal themed. Oh, hold on. Let me get my cat out. Where is my cat? There's my cat. Alright. So I think we're gonna do the last part of Gale's quest. And I'm gonna be honest, I really dislike his fugly robe, so I'm going to... Yeah. He's just gonna walk around like that. He has his stuff equipped, right? Yeah, he still has everything equipped. I'm just not showing it. Oh wait, hold on. I have to go buy a newspaper because I did a quest where they were going to write a defamatory thing about me in the newspaper. So I snuck into the newspaper and I swapped it out for a story where I am really awesome and cool.
You're in the broadsheet. Want a copy?
I'd love a copy. Let me see what the newspaper says about me. Celebrate the brave heroes who slew General Ketherick, complete with artist interpretations. Alright, bitch. You got anything to say about me this time?
Well. The very unlikely hero of our latest gazette. Don't let the fame go to your head now.
Ow. You're a cunt. Sorry. She was like taunting me about how like she's gonna have a newspaper was going to ruin me and stuff, and then now it's like, oh, the unlikely hero of our latest gazette. Me.
Bless them with the strength to endure and the courage to resist.
Are you ready to see Gale's ex-girlfriend? I'm just saying. Look at it. Look at Elvira. I'm just saying he upgraded.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened a summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Well, go on then. It's rude to keep a goddess waiting.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
You don't owe her as much as a fingernail. She asked you to blow yourself up.
Not the message one hopes to receive from a past lover. But her first love was always the weave. At best, I was a close second. When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control.
No, she literally did. She was like, Gale, here's a bomb. Go kill yourself.
I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Do you know what you're going to say to her?
Time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
Oh, don't ask your current girlfriend for how to talk to your ex-girlfriend. That's never going to end well, Gale. You're not taking me with you?
The summoning channel Mystra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone.
Just find out. Oh gosh. Ilvera she's not necessarily a sneaky person. I do think on the sneaky to brash scale, she leans a bit more towards brash. But I don't think she's extremely brash. I think she can be subtle at times. And I think she was like, if we're planning a coup d'etat, let's not tell the person we're planning it against that we're going to be doing it to their face, especially when they probably already know. But also, I don't know. I'm gonna quick save. Actually, I'm going to, I'm gonna save. Mystra. Because I do know, unless you're playing a Gale origin, you don't get to control Gale in this scene. He just kind of does what he wants based off of your previous interactions and his approval with you and kind of what you've done with the game. So I don't really know what he's going to do in this cutscene. Because I won't be controlling him.
You'd make a fine 3-dragon anti-player, you know? Best to keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3-dragon anti. I'll let Mistress show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me.
It's like a card game. He referenced in a universe card game. It's technically a real card game, but nobody like ever actually plays it, even though it's technically real.
of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at
Didn't he upgrade? I'm just saying, didn't he upgrade?
of Carsus, and you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
I do like the effect on her.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on. As you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see.
Yeah, literally. Okay, I've seen clips of other ones, and I've seen ones where he fucking just rips into her of like, I hate you, you told me to die, how could you do that, I loved you, sort of thing. And it's just like, yeah. So I'm just saying, that was interesting. I haven't seen that version before. I've seen the version where he's apologized to her. I've seen that one before.
The Karsite weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new, divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me. Slim to none, I hope. Mistra has no right to prevent another ascending to the Pantheon. Only Ao can decide that. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half-forged in the blacksmith's hour. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you?
Of course, Pookie Bear.
It's refreshing to share the company of someone who sees things the same way I do. All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand. Defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
So if you want to get his best ending, you actually are supposed to like not agree with him all the time, and you're supposed to challenge his worldview a lot. So it's really interesting how happy he gets if you like agree with him. Well, Elvira's not agreeing with him all the time, but she's agreeing with him on like the main points, I feel like, you know? And he's very happy about it. And he's just like, yeah! Cheering.
Wow. So that was Mistra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine.
Mistra is like one of the... So like in the ranking of gods, there is Owl, who is like the over-god, who basically tells all the other... Yeah, Astarian's here too. Who tells all the other gods what to do, right? Then below that is the primordial gods, Shar and Selûne, who are sisters, who used to be one being, who separated, and one of them represents dark and light. And they started a war because Selûne was like, I'm going to invent the sun, and Shar was like, why would you turn on the lights? I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. So they've been fighting in an endless war ever since. And Mistra was born from those two primordial gods fighting. So for like the power rankings, that's where she is on the power ranking scales. He doesn't like the TV.
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mistra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
Okay. Oh yeah, Astarian's so fruity. And everyone's like, Gale's the straight man of the group. And I'm just saying, anyone who says that has never seen what Gale looks like if you romance Gale and with the tall male option, because he gets the most, like, imagine those puppy dog eyes, but they're always like looking up at you. I was like melting every single time in my first Gale romance playthrough because I played a very tall elf. I was like melting every single time. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Gale and Elvira a lot. I really, really do. But Gale and, like, a taller man is just... Oh? What are you talking about? I just saved you from prison. Why are you mad at me?
You are either a fool for trusting him or a wretch for conspiring with him. Doesn't matter which. Lady Missoula told me everything. How Will slaughtered his own father. How he craves his power.
1 second. What that?
To make the city bow to him and to you. This city holds no place for you. Or for
Oh no.
treacherous.
Yeah, I can feed him later. So this lady, keep in mind, I have saved her 1 from a burning building, 2 from a zombie attack, 3 from being executed, and she still doesn't trust my character. Oh, I also downloaded a mod to change my dice. So they're pretty in blue now.
At ease. By the living gods, I believe you. What darkness has fallen upon us? There's something you must know. I should have told Will sooner, but I'd hoped somehow Ravengard would return to us. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first. But he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult was successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed. Before the Absolutists abducted him, he told me that should he fall, I should seek Will out and give him a message. Will was schooled in the ways of the great champions. He is to use those lessons to wake the worm sleeping beneath Baldur's Gate. The worm is oath-bound to answer the call and come to the city's aid.
There's a dragon beneath the city? Everyone in the city has such deep basements. How is this city not a sinkhole?
A bronze dragon, yes. He sleeps beneath us even now, awaiting a hero to rouse him. The worm goes by many names.
I'm not kidding. There's like there's like 2 underground cities, a dragon's lair, a guild hall. There's like fucking, I've seen the dragon, it's not tiny.
Countless threats. But Ravengard knew it could not survive the absolute slaughter. With him gone and the city near ruin, the worm's awakening now falls to you and Will. The Duke gave me this. The Legend of Unsur, an ancient epic, ill-remembered, dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you, or do not, and see Baldur's Gate burn to ash.
Yeah, no, it's like fucking Swiss cheese under there. It's like, I really don't understand how we're standing.
Thank you. I should go. I know of still others that might help us when the battle wounds come. Unleash the worm. Let its tempest swallow the Absolute and its...
I'm pretty sure she's wearing the same dress Mistra was wearing, but I think she's wearing it better, if I'm being honest. What, you guys have any opinions on that?
What can I do for you, my friend?
No. Oh, Gail, do you have any opinions about meeting your ex?
Yes, my love.
Oh my god! I wasn't expecting that. My dick. Sorry. I'm normal now. Hold on, I need some water. I'm thirsty. I'm normal now. I'm normal now. I'm gonna put a baby in him. That's what Elvira's thinking right now. That's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, Carlax's watching, like, I know. Was it strange to see your ex-girlfriend again?
Strangely. Once a mere glimpse of her face would have been enough to turn my insides.
I should have done this conversation somewhere else. It's a bit noisy.
In her likeness, I used to read 1,000 stories. She was beauty, wisdom, elegance, power. She contained universes. But now, it's hard to see any redeeming qualities in a lover who condemned you to death. I'd much rather gaze into your eyes than hers. Yours are capable of tenderness, of feeling. No god could ever compare. There's nothing that would give me...
Do you have any new dialogue for this? Okay, no.
Our fates will be...
No. No new dialogue about that. Do. Mana. Do. Okay, that is gonna drive me fucking crazy if I just have this book on me and it's going to, like, trigger quest dialogue all the time. Where's the book? Who did she hand the book to? Now's Lucarsis. I swear to God, she handed the book over. I saw it. What? Am I crazy? Oh, it's right here. I'm just gonna deposit it in Will's inventory. Why do I have more of you? I already... That's weird. That's creepy. How do I get up the stairs? So here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go, oh, do I need another level? No, it's over here. We're going to go do Astarian's quest, or the end of it, anyways. Unless, do you mind? I could do someone else's quest. I could do a different quest. Because if you care about spoilers, I can do something else. Okay. I don't even know if I'm high enough level. I mean, I'm 1 level away from the level cap, so I should be fine, I think. Everyone get up here. Where the hell is Karlach? Okay. Gale? You're not Gale. I need to... what is your spell book right now? You have a couple fire spells. I could probably switch out for some lightning. I could probably do that. Animate dead. Sorry, I'm messing with Gale's spellbook. Give me a second. Is this concentration? Yeah, that's concentration. That's fucking sucks. Okay. Learn more spells. Do. Scorching Ray. Sunbeam would not be bad for this fight, actually. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Cloud Kill, but I don't know if Heavily Obscures is the right call here. And I have several other AoE spells. Sorry, I'm mostly talking to myself. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so because basically Gale has a staff and it lets him do extra damage and take less damage from a certain damage type. So I was trying to make sure I had plenty of that damage type. What else? So he should cast Mage Armor on himself. That's fine.
Still breathing, despite everything.
That's honestly fine. I've pretty much done everything except walk down to, like, the pre-boss area, so it's just kind of like a small cutscene I kind of have to do. So I'm just kind of getting that out of the way. You know what I mean? Fire, earth, water, air, earth. Fuck you, I'm bringing my dog to the fight. No, Astarion can't do that until we're in combat. Okay, and then Gale, give me that necklace. Equip Elvira. And then here's the necklace I was wearing. Shit. Equipment. No, she had a different necklace on. Did it get sent to Gale? It did get sent to Gale. I don't know how that works, but okay. Whatever. What the heck was that? Oh, I forgot the spell did that. I forgot the spell dropped a bunch of food. I was like, why is there just a thing here? It dropped a bunch of food. Okay, let's get going. All right. This is daylight. Really fast. Let me cast that. I want to cast it on Karlach. And then that should be all my And okay. I thought I could cast it on peoples, but I guess not.
What's cooking?
Air's ripe with magic.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Okay. So I already killed all these guys, so I just have to figure out how to get down to the ballroom. Or to Cazador's office. I can come back to this area later to explore, so I think I'm probably just gonna kill Cazador and do that. Yeah, they're vampires. This is a Astarian's house, by the way. Guys, can I walk?
First in my heart.
Oh, let me check the party planner. Seems to be working notebook used by Chamberlain. Functions. Literally, this is where I stole all those clothes for Gale. I stole all the Astarian's clothes. Master has ordered a final feast. Okay. Jar of coagulated blood. Yeah, they're Gale's now. I like him better. Oh, here it is. I'm a fucking idiot.
Stand on a clean metal platform. A beautiful but antiquated elevator. There are some scuffs to show its age, signs of things dragged onto it over the years. But it seems to be in good working order.
What in the hells? I never knew this was here. This was always Cazador's private quarters. Only he ever came in here. Well, him and the unfortunate souls we brought to feed him.
Let's go. I like how the wallpaper extends down. Who do you think maintains that? Alright.
This is all so grand. To think, it was just sitting here, lurking under the floor.
Do you think he built this dungeon just for the ritual?
I don't know. It feels older than that. Who knows how old? But Cazador will want a grand space for his ascension. A venue like this feels perfect. Now we just need to see what lies at the heart of this place.
Okay, quick TLDR. Astarian's a vampire, but he's only a vampire spawn. He's not a true vampire. And his master is Cazador. That's the TLDR. Gonna save here. So he doesn't have, he won't, The tadpole basically gives him certain, like, freedoms and powers, like he can walk up the sun, and he doesn't have to listen to Cazador's orders, technically. Like, he's not under Cazador's direct mind influence, but as soon as we cure the tadpoles, basically, that's going to go away. And so, basically, as long as Cazador's alive, the Astarion will never be free. See, this is what I mean. The city is just Swiss cheese underneath. You know, we should have a really bad sinkhole problem. What's going on, boy? What do you smell? What are you smelling? Yeah, there's something I can fly down there and get, but I don't know. Okay, I know where that leads. I want to do the boss fight.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole. It does have an indentation for a signet ring. The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Yucky. Yucky, yucky. Alright.
Approaching the cells, you're met with hollow-eyed faces. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
Uh-oh, stinky. Gods, these poor people.
Disgusting. Cazador never fed on wretches like this. How did they get here? What is Cazador doing with them? I should have guessed there was more to it than Raphael would ever have told.
You? I know you. You're the one from the tavern. You smiled and joked and got me drunk.
No. You're dead.
You called me so many sweet things. My name sounded like a lyric on your tongue.
Sebastian.
You remember me.
You were handsome. Shy. You'd never been kissed.
You taught me how. And then you destroyed me.
It can't be.
Beneath the dirt and blood, you notice that every prisoner has a rune carved into their flesh.
So, Astarion's role for his master was he would seduce people and bring them back. And what just happened is Astarion always thought that Cazador was eating them, and he just found out that Cazador has been keeping them alive. Every single person he's brought back for hundreds of years has been alive in a cell. Look at these symbols. They all have scars.
So Cazador marked them too. Bound us all to his ritual. Gods. I know so many of these faces. They're my conquests. I pursued them, seduced them, and brought them to Cazador. He told us he was feeding on them, but he turned them to spawn. He turned every last one, so we'd have souls for this cursed ritual.
How long?
What?
have I been down here?
"170 years. You were one of my first.
My family. My friends. They're gone. You took them from me. You took everything from me.
That's why we're here. To destroy Cazador.
There's a line, if you're romancing a Starian, that's fucking soul-crushing, and it says, "In another life, you would have led me down here to this dusty crypt instead of out to that pretty clearing." And Astarion looks at you with these really sad eyes, and he says, "I can't even deny that." The first time you, if you have sex with Astarion, it's in, like, a flower clearing, like, in a forest. Yeah, it's fucked up. Reasons why you should romance Gale. He's not Astarion. And even when he's fucked up, he'll still love you and do his best by you. When Astarion gets fucked up, he gets really fucked up, and he'll fuck you up. I'm sure you've seen the Ascended Astarion memes, or maybe even art, or maybe just heard the term. Astarion is one of the worst. Okay, without getting spoilery, if you're romancing him, and even if you're not romancing him, but it especially shows if you're romancing him. I mentioned before, Baldur's Gate 3, one of its big themes is cycles of abuse, and you can make the companions better, or you can continue their cycle, really. That's pretty much everyone's story, except for Karlach, really. I would say she's the only one that kind of breaks that mold. But Astarion is kind of like on the way bad end of can make him worse, and he straight up becomes abusive, especially if you're romancing him. And if you choose the make him worse option while you're romancing him, you will end up in an abusive relationship if you don't break it off. It's like a whole thing. Because he does this thing basically where he'll start like mind controlling you, and you literally can't disobey him. And he becomes basically a mirror of his own abuser. Yeah, I mean, Astarion doesn't have to do that. He can become a better person. That's just one of his endings. But I'm just saying, if you choose to make him worse, that's pretty bad. Shadowheart is also, Shadowheart's like a fucking metronome, where if you make her better, she's like an extremely good person, but if you make her worse, she's like one of the worst people in the fucking game.
His staff. It controls everything. But he never sets it down. You'll never get it. And then, what happens to us?
Oh boy, my hair just helicoptered. can you control your hunger?
I don't know. It's all I've ever felt.
Trust me when I say I know the feeling. But you can resist the urge.
Whatever you do, just do it quickly.
I can't go on, wait. We'll be back. You have my word.
What is it about this place? I know we shouldn't let down our guard, but I feel like I could drift off and never wake up.
Maybe don't do that. Hi, Gail. Hi, Pookie.
The living may not be prevented from crossing a vampire's threshold, but that doesn't make us any more welcome. Tread carefully.
Hi, Starian. How do you feel about that?
Love. He kept Sebastian. I should have known what Cazador was capable of. He's played us for such fools. Not just 7 spawn to placate the devil. 7 spawn and 7,000 souls bound to them in blood. Everyone, whoever trusted me enough to let down their guard, innocents, idiots, and the unlucky. It doesn't matter. I will need to sacrifice them all if I want to perform the ritual.
You could just not.
What's the point? They're as good as dead. I thought they were dead. If they are unleashed, they will cause incredible carnage. They will be ravenous. They must die. Better they serve a purpose.
You got out. You got better.
They're in a state far beyond anything that ever happened to me. Decades of hatred will have piled up inside of them. I can't even begin to imagine. We must find Cazador. This must end.
Okay.
Hey. Hey, you. Come closer.
Oh, God. It can't be.
It is you. I knew it. I'll kill you. Once I get out of here, I'll kill you!
You're the children from a monster hunter camp?
Camp. Monster hunters. The Gur camp. Oh, gods! My parents' camp! Chessa, focus! Resist the beast inside you. You promised!
So... the weapon I have equipped, blinds undead in a radius around me, and these children are vampires, which count as undead. So basically, they're getting the blind condition, and then it, like, over and over and over again.
Mention it. I may have done that. Don't look at me like that. Cazador's orders. Quite the deviation from my usual routine, of course. Capture, not lure. I didn't bring them in with sweet rolls or anything. I really forgot about them. Felt nothing the moment I handed them over to him. Oh.
Parents? You've seen my parents? I miss them. I think. Or perhaps it's the hunger.
Being an eternal child would suck.
No! It's so hard to tell.
Could you imagine being 12 forever?
Leave us here. We shouldn't be out there. We'd hurt our families.
Never give up hope. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
The exhaustion, starvation, and fear, recognition stirs in her eyes. And with it, hope.
You really mean it? Cazador's got this staff. It controls the doors. If you get it, you can set everyone free. If you get it, somehow. Good luck. If you fail, well, I suppose we'll be seeing you again. In here.
Careful.
Why do all the potions? Okay, well, let's do that one, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go fight Cazador, but I have to pee, so please wait like 2 more minutes. Actually, not even that long. I'm gonna speed piss. I'm back. Bathroom's like right next to the TV area. Alright. Let's go, motherfucker. Oh, wait, hold on. Invisible.
No one stopped me yet.
Who stands before us? Is this truly our prodigal son? Do not slouch before me, boy. Have you no respect for yourself? Look at you. Crawling back after abandoning your family. You should be begging our forgiveness.
He doesn't owe you anything.
Fallen so far that this speaks for you.
Oh, and he's racist.
To speak for me.
No, you always had a gift for words. I fondly remember your empty boasting, your tired jokes, your endless prattle. No! Shut up!
You liked my jokes, you said so.
I will not speak to cattle. This is between me and the boy.
You son of a bitch.
You truly forgot my power. You truly thought our bond as creator and creation was all that stopped you from killing me? Oh, you are weak, my child. You are a small, pathetic little boy who never amounted to anything. But today, you will finally do something worthwhile. You will burn, and I will ascend.
No! Stop him! Get me out of this!
Witness the birth of the Vampire Ascendant! Ecce Dominus! Fight on if you must, but I am only growing stronger!
Those runes. Kazi's using them to suck the power right out of those poor fuckers.
Kazi. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Are you a fiend? Undead. Undead. Blinded. 20 radiant damage. Oh no, my brain cat is at like 5 HP. God, they're stinky. Oh, I was exactly right. That's exactly 5 HP. Holy shit. Werewolf. Sacred Defiance. Ooh, so I can't use Turn Undead in this fight. Sorry, did you say something? I was reading a menu. I didn't quite see that. Okay, wait, hold on. If this works, this is gonna be such a legendary move. Okay, okay. Astarion, can I help him? Oh, I can't help him. But I can. Start taking these fuckers out.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Okay, and then of what spells to...
Survival is all that matters. Breathe deep and move.
What fools these mortals be.
No, I want Gale. Why do I have 2 walls of fire? One of these is a spell slot, one of these is not. Can I do a fireball and hit all these guys, actually? Yeah, that's more economical, I think. Yeah, fuck you.
No choice but to keep going.
Okay.
Our ritual is near complete. Can you feel its profane power?
Sorry, I just wasn't expecting it. I bought a bunch of, send to Karlak. Oh, uh-oh. It's okay. You can head out if you need to.
Never a dull moment.
I'm glad you did. This stream is Gale propaganda, actually. Thank you. Sleep well.
Swift as my feet.
I don't fancy their chances. Roll in my favor. No gloom, all doom. out.
Well, so much for peace. Wonder if the gods are watching.
Centuries of toil, all building to this. The power is phenomenal. I feel so alive!